and welcome to the now legendary guest of honour interview with the equally legendary Paul Cornell. That's the right response. Thank you very much. Now I have as is traditional, I have no notes.
I can't help but laugh like a muppet at things like that.
That was like a very good Muppet impression.
And I'm going to ask Paul some questions and ask him some more questions. Shush, Connor. And then we will open it up to the audience at the end, and if I do, please wait to be called in, and no random shouting from the audience.
Stella.
Yes, I am. But somebody has to. The thing I suppose most of us know you for at the moment is Doctor Who. So how did you kind of become involved with Doctor Who?
Well, this is sort of my life's work, Doctor Who. Everything in my life revolves around Doctor Who to some degree or the other. Because of that immense emotional flip-flop moment where I watched The Brain of Morbius because I've been avoiding watching Doctor Who for all my childhood life because it seemed far too scary. The playground kind of regarded it as something like a slasher movie. Why? Why do they subject themselves to that? So I didn't watch it. And when
What age were you?
9, I decided I was getting too old not to watch Doctor Who. And so I said, Mum, I shall watch Doctor Who this evening. And she said, are you sure? And I watched The Brain of Morbius, and after 4 episodes, when the Doctor beat the monster, I was amazed. I didn't think he was going to get through that live. And something changed within me, and of course I had this huge road to Damascus experience, or road to Khan experience, and I just became obsessed with it. And all my writing from then on, my childhood fiction, swiftly became fan fiction, which was published in fanzines, and I kind of realised I had an audience for this inner thing, that this inner thing, which had always been just me, and indeed rather despised by all around me, could reach out and meet other people. And that kind of, I've been fortunate enough to parlay that fan thing into my business, into my lifestyle, as has everyone around me at the same time. How fortunate is that?
You were saying something about being despised as a kid. I know the very first time I think you came over to WalkCon, I was saying, did any of the authors have any suggestions for panels? And you came back with, I must say, the most unusual suggestion I ever came across, which was what? Schoolyard bullying as a prerequisite for Doctor Who fandom or something?
Yes, absolutely, and it was a hell of a panel if I recall. Very much. Did we lock you out?
No, I was busy being the chairman and doing something else, presumably. No, I don't know why.
I do think more panels like that someplace would be really good. We don't all have a history of being bullied, but 90% of Doctor Who fans do, and 90% of the current writing team do. Not at least all the ones I've asked. I think in many ways Doctor Who is a show about bullying. The monsters come along and want to bully, and they're stronger than you are, and the Doctor is the intellectual, funny, rather soft hero who's he comes bullied. He's been bullied in all sorts of ways, and
a triumph, presumably.
Yeah, it's a post-traumatic stress show, indeed, of course, now it's the biggest drama in Britain. This post-traumatic stress show in the week when New Tricks isn't on, and you know, I think there's something deliberate about that. There's something powerful about that. Russell claims he wasn't bullied as a child, but gay man growing up, also a gay man who has put himself so thoroughly against gay culture in a lot of ways. They've never forgiven him for Bob and Rose. And he knows what it's like to be bullied, I think. So to have this inner impulse, this inner feeling about yourself, magnified into what you do.
Yeah. And how did it become what you do? I mean, you were writing in fanzines, but at some point you obviously went from being fan to being professional. And how did that all come about?
In the 15 years when all Doctor Who was formed, between old Doctor Who and new Doctor Who, I think this is probably a good system for all telefantasy shows, that they ought to have a fallow period. It ought to be like crop rotation. You have 75% your show on television, 25% lying fallow. So can develop, as Star Trek is currently lying fallow. And or kind of James Bond did it without lying fallow, but there was a big gap there after Timothy Dalton. And in that gap, and it's the same thing that happened in Who, the fans start doing professional things. So you've got a James Bond fan who thinks, well, I really liked those old title sequences, but I can do one that's a bit better and a bit more modern and feels right but different. And that kind of is what happened to Doctor Who in those 15 years, that all of us who were fans sort of thought about how the show worked. And between us, as a kind of cloud, as a kind of the wisdom of a crowd, or in this case, the wisdom of a group of fanboys, we sort of worked out the nuts and bolts of Who, and started competing with each other. And Big Finish, and the different lines of books. Who
was involved in that? That let's say, is involved now with the TV series and all that?
Virtually all. The Venn diagram. Who in... from the first season of Doctor Who writers, the only one who hadn't contributed to a Doctor Who book from the BBC or Virgin was Rob Shearman. The only one who hadn't done anything for Big Finish was Moffat, although he had had a story in the Big Finish book. I'm counting that story for both to make my numbers neater. And a lot of the tropes of modern Who come from those books.
Certainly one of your books, of course, turned up in...
well, it turned up...
One of your books and one of your... No, you didn't write, sorry, you didn't write the Sally Sparrow thing, did you?
No, I didn't write
It's
easy to about that. How many times in my life I've gone, I really love those 2 episodes of it. They were so good, thank you for those 2 episodes, but the week after, that was brilliant.
I am sorry for that.